Hello. Right. I'm doing quite well. I have managed to carry on walking from the junction, which is nice. It's been an alright walk. This bit is a bit creepy. I don't know what it is. You're a bit enclosed, like from the trees and stuff. And this hurricane, you know what I mean, still following me. So, whether it's the same one, it's still one it's still doing exactly the same thing as the one that I first saw, which is interesting. So I'm hoping that is some sort of guidance, which I'm sure it is. But yeah. So that's like the only reason why I'm actually all it does is it'll sit on the side of the path. I'll walk up to it a bit, and then it'll fly a bit further on the path, and it'll meet me around the corner or something, and it'll fly away again onto the next bit. It's like guiding me. Yeah, no, it's going well though. I've got, I think, 1.5 miles to go until I hit Nosal, which is obviously great news. Means I am close to my destination for today. We'll look around, see if we can find a hotel. I might see if the church is open, but I doubt it, because I don't know what time they close. Although, I was thinking if they might do a afternoon service, which they probably don't. I haven't put any but I haven't done any things to see if they do. But yeah, we'll have to find out and see what it is. The only problem is, as well, is it is planning to rain, and obviously if I can't find a hotel, it's going to have to be maybe going back home and then coming back out to walk. If it doesn't rain, maybe sleep. There's like a courtyard in the church? Which there's a tree. I looked on Google Maps and stuff, so there is a biker. Just gotta move out of the way. But yeah, so it's going well. Just got, I think, 1.5 miles, maybe probably less now, and I've been talking, but it's been going good. Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, so hopefully we should get there, and one or the other, I'm not too bothered. There is one thing that I must say as well, now the journey is kind of ending for today. So near the end of it, I was going to talk about, how I'm feeling of it for my first proper time, and obviously, and just really quickly, I've been thinking, while I've been walking, and I sat down for a bit, I was thinking then, for some reason, now I know that God was with me, He has been this whole time, but there was a bit that was just this long bit, you were covered by the trees, and it was a bit dark, you know what I mean, there was light past the trees, but it was a bit dark, so I've just got to watch out for nettles, and it was a feeling of loneliness, which, on a pilgrim, you shouldn't really feel, because you're never alone, especially on a pilgrimage, where you can obviously connect to God a lot more, and you talk to Him, and maybe I have been, just without me noticing, talking to Him. Yeah, I did get a sense of feeling alone. Now, I don't know if that was family missing, or me missing my family, or just missing my family, missing home. Obviously, now I'm in a bit of a... I've travelled up the canal before, but obviously never this far. So I'm still far from my family, and obviously walking, you're not... It's very different to being in a car or something, or, being somewhere where there's people around you. I was completely alone. But yeah, I had a sense of feeling alone, and then I got past that bit, and all of a sudden I had this jolt of energy in a way, of where I managed to push through, and I got to the junction. I've been completely fine ever since. I had to sit down, and it was just that little bit of darkness, and the trees covering me, and you could say that that was someone trying to knock me off my path, of thinking, oh, this isn't a good idea. He's got me in the darkness. I'm not in the light anymore. In a way, I'm all theirs. I'm all the darkness. And I think that's when they tried to get to me, I think. Where the dark thoughts kind of come in, was like, oh, it's just quite scary, I don't know if I'm going to do this, I'm not going far. Because I had things of like, before I was like, oh, I'm doing good and stuff, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, it's going to take ages, I'm not going to make it today. It's going to be really late, and I've got to wake up and do it all. But as soon as I got past that, I'm near the end, I'm back in the light, I'm fine again, I'm quite happy, and I felt exactly how I did when I first started. I'm really excited to do this, I'm talking to God as much as I can, I've prayed, I've made sure that, I'm all set and ready. But it was just that bit of time that I think I felt vulnerable. And like I said, I feel like you shouldn't feel that in a pilgrimage, but that just proves that even in dark times when you think you can't do it, God has his way of helping you to do it and guiding you to places. As soon as I was out, I saw the heron again, where he was guiding, and I felt that sense of peace and hope again, and where I could continue. So I think that's one thing I'm definitely going to take, and even through like the bits of all the nettle stings and the landslide I had to climb over, it's all this pilgrimage, in my eyes, is how life can be, and how you have challenges, and you can follow God and you can get over them. A landslide, it's a big thing, and we got over it quite easily, really. So I think that is the thing that I'm going to take from this first day. And I think we should all think about how life can tear us down, and it will, and unfortunately, but I think try praying, try having, because with people who are down, they're very alone. That is the one thing, or they think they're alone. When in retrospect, they're not. They have family around them, I'm sure. And then even if they don't, and there's problems that they think they have, or that they have with troubles of life, the best thing to do is to reach out for God, because he is the one that can not just help you through it, but knows what he's on about, and he will. And it may seem that you're not following the path that you want to, or going through something that is wrong, and that's why God doesn't exist. It's not. It's point of free will, and it's also the point of God still has a path for you. So even if there's something has gone wrong, he has done it for a reason of where you will come out a better person. And a lot of people who go through struggles and finally get through it, they realise, they're like, oh wait, I've done it, I can, I've got through that. And that is God's work. I truly believe that, and unfortunately people are blindsided from it, of where again they go through it again and they're like, oh, it's just happened again, what's the point? But it's God's way of working, it's God's way of, I know it's quite cruel in a way of, putting you through a really bad time, especially like people who have had really bad times. It is quite cruel of the way he does it, but you've got to see it in a outside the box of, if it wasn't so difficult, your time, then you would never get better. It's like as a kid where I used to always be worried about making problems. Or having problems or making mistakes. It was mistakes that really I was like, I can't make a mistake, I want to do as well as I can. And then my mum always just told me that mistakes makes you human, and it does, it really does. And that's how, in a way, God works, is if we were all perfect, we'd be just like him, and there would be, in a way, no point of him, But that's why we want, well, this is why I'm doing the pilgrimage, just to help people through that, and to understand that God is here to help. And it may be a rough ride, but at the end of it, of your very last life, you can finally see God, go to heaven, and you will say thank you. it's because you realise, you finally realise through all of that, you have become a better person. If you follow his guidance, at the end of it, you will just say thank you, and he will know exactly what you mean. And that's the beauty of it. That is the beauty of God and how he works. His humour is hilarious, and yeah, like people say, like, oh, this happened in my life, it was quite funny. And again, that's God's work of reminding you, and trying to lead you back, or just guide you to somewhere where you're meant to be. And like, for example, I remembered I was trying to get a bike, and I couldn't get one. My real dad, I couldn't get one because of the money. And my stepdad was talking about it because we got back. He's the guy I call my dad, by the way, in the videos, because I see him as a dad. But my real dad, obviously, just got money problems. I couldn't get it. And I was coming back, I was like, oh, it's really a shame. I was planning on getting a job, and I was going to use it quite a lot. And at the end of it, we were coming back, just about to go home, and I said to myself, I was like, God, can you help me in some way of getting some sort of transport, or a way to get to work? And I really wanted a bike. And all of a sudden, people call it a coincidence, and you can say what you like, but I know for a fact that it was God. And all these bikes come tearing past us on the car, and I just giggled, because it was just and that's what he does. He'll point you to a way. And then I eventually got my old bike, which is still really good condition. It's still working, and I still use it now. So, but yeah, no, I just wanted to say, I know this is a really long video, but I just wanted to say at the end of it that today, I think tomorrow I'll probably learn something else as well, and I'll probably learn something today that I've missed. But I think that is the beauty of God, is that through every rough time that people go through, he will always help you, and he will always guide you, and he will always listen and forgive. And at the end of it, you will just say, thank you for everything. Thank you for forgiving me for that rough time that I did. Thank you for forgiving me for the sin. He is a wonderful, I'm trying to think how to word it, but he's just wonderful the way he works. And I think that's what people need when people say that we're going through struggles, or the way the world is. The thing we need is guidance. And even if you turn around and say that it's not for you, just try it, just have a go, and just experience it. Because I thought that when I first, I've always had that connection with God, like God. I've always wanted to go to church, just never had the chance, because I've had rough times myself. So I've never had that chance. But I eventually moved back, and I got told to come to church, and the feeling that I got from that in my life, I've never really been forgiven for a lot of it. So having someone that does forgive you and will watch you and help you through your rough times, and it's going to turn out well, there's nothing that can hurt you, because it's going to turn out well. I think everyone needs to try it, or experience something, or just know that everything will be okay, because we're all in God's hands, and we are all his, and he knows what to do and how to treat us right, and that is what no one else can do. So if there's anyone that's annoying you, or if you're struggling with anyone, God knows what to do. He will never treat you wrong. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, get it out there, and that is my lesson for today. I will come back, I will do a bit more when I will see, probably when I get to Nosal, sorry. Just to say obviously how it's gone, if I can get a hotel room and stuff. But yeah, no, if you do want to learn about why I've done this and stuff, there is a podcast that I'm on, which is Hello You, I think it is. It's a Shropshire podcast, which does talk about me a bit more, and why I'm on the pilgrimage, and yeah, just why I'm doing it, and what I felt at the church, and it's a lot of it's obviously nice to listen to. So yeah, feel free to go and try and find me on there. But yeah, well, thank you. I hope you learned something, because I sure have. And yeah, just everyone try it. Go for a walk, even just a short one. Just get out into nature. Everyone needs it. You know, it's our planet, and you want to explore it. So yeah. So I'll catch you guys later, and I'll try and see if I can get a hotel. So see you soon.